City had 7 turnovers in the first half. 9 for Castlewood.
So Gate City with it. Leading by 7. Just underway second half. Scott gets it around Luke Humphreys. Luke has it stripped away by Talford. Talford with it in front court. Drives down. Here's Leaner in off the glass. No good. Tipped. Coming out there with it. Carter. Carter gets it over to Talford for a 3. Shot Talford. No good. Rebound Hubbard for the Blue Devils.
His 5th of the game.
Hubbard gets it over to Scott. Scott quickly in front court. Hit it to Hubbard. Now to McMurray. McMurray has it right side. Outside the arc. Cross court pass to Scott. Scott. Pass back to McMurray for the 3. Shot. No good. Rebound Hubbard. His putback good. Will Hubbard with his first points of the night. Gate City biggest lead of the night. It's 9 at 31-22. Justice for Castlewood has it. Gets it over here to Sager. Sager gets the right side of the lane. Open for the layup. Good.
Wide open. Nobody stepped in front.
Go back the other way. Gate City with a 7-point lead in the ball. Scott gets it over here to Hubbard. Hubbard now back to Scott. Scott puts it on the floor. Back to McMurray. McMurray can't shoot. Now Hubbard. Cross court pass. Scott down low. Luke Humphreys. Lou leaves it off the wheel. Shot up. No good. Rebound coming out there with it. Sager.
That's hard to believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Sager. He drives all the way down. Shot up. No good. Tipped. No good. Tipped again. No good. Rebound Humphreys for Gate City. Has it stripped away. McMurray comes up with it for Gate City. McMurray with it. Get it over to Humphreys. Cross court pass to Scott. Scott, as the Blue Devils will ask for a timeout. Gate City leads 31-24.
31-24. Gate City leads. 5:32 to go third quarter.
And the Blue Devils out of the timeout have the basketball. It's Bateman, McMurray, Will Humphreys, Marquis Step, Will Hubbard for Gate City. Jesse has it. It's at left side, that east step. Now left corner with it. Bateman. Bateman circles back out front between the rings. Now gets it right side to east step. Out on top, Hubbard to McMurray. McMurray puts it on the floor. Can't shoot. Gets it back to Bateman. Bateman back to McMurray. McMurray has the ball. Gets it over here in the corner to Bateman along the baseline. Will Humphreys. Shot off the glass. No good. Foul called, I believe, on Drew Justice. It is, and that's Justice's 3rd. Team's first here in the second half, and the Blue Devils again will have Will Humphreys at the line shooting 2. Will shot 6 free throws in the first half. Made 5 of those. Will's free throw no good.
Short.
Score remains 31-24. Gate City leading. Second free throw, Will, good.
Derek Smith in for Will Humphreys.
5:07 to go here in the third quarter. Gate City on top, 32-24 over the Castlewood Blue Devils. Sayer with it, guarded by Bateman now. Sayer gets it right side, that's Justice. Justice drives in the lane, leaves it off for Sayer. He'll launch a 3. Shot, Sayer, good. Jonathan Sayer with 3 more. Here's Gate City with it. Hubbard, cross court pass to east step, back to McMurray. Now right side Hubbard. Hubbard drives down low. Tries to get it to McMurray, throws it into the hands of Sayer. Sayer drives all the way down. Shot up good, and he's fouled. Foul will be on Logan Bateman, his 2nd. Team's first here in the second half. And the Blue Devils' 9-point lead has now been cut to 3.
Hubbard checks out. Will Humphreys in. And Coach Vermillion with a word for Will.
Free throw no good. Jonathan Sager with 15 of his team's 29 points, over half of them. Gate City with it and a 3-point lead. East step has it out on top, Bateman. Bateman gets it right side to Will Humphreys. Wheel puts it on the floor. He'll circle back out front, get it over to Smith. Smith back to McMurray. McMurray has it right side, 15-footer in the air, no good. Rebound, E-step, tips it over to Smith. His shot up from the front, good. Derek Smith with his first points. Gate City back on top by 5, 4 minutes to go third quarter. Sayer has it, picks up his dribble, gets it along the baseline. Talford, ball on the floor. Talford's reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Will Humphreys for Gate City. Humphreys gets it over to McMurray. McMurray brings it up the right side now. Gets it to Smith, back to McMurray. Out on top now, Bateman. Bateman gets it to Smith. Back to Bateman. Now back to Smith between the rings, right side. McMurray, long three. Short. McMurray, good.
Oh, I thought that was short. It was perfect.
It was shortly right in the bottom of the bucket. 37-29. Gate City leads by 8. 3:20 to go. Third quarter. Timeout. Castlewood. 2 spots.
29. Gate City on top here at Castlewood. 3:22 to go. Third period.
And Castlewood with the basketball. Gate City with Bateman, Smith, Will Humphreys, Marquis Step, Jesse McMurray on the floor. Sayer has it, gets it over here to Justice. Justice picks up his dribble, back to Sayer, left side Talford. Talford puts it on the floor, drives down, leaves it off over here for Sayer. Sayer drives into the lane, forces one up over E-step, no good. Bateman has a hand on it, ball on the floor. Possession area on the held ball goes to Castlewood. So the score remains 37-29, 3:01 to go third quarter. Gate City with the lead, Castlewood with the basketball. Sayer, long pass inbounds to Justice out front between the rings. Justice drives down the lane, kicks it over. Sayer wide open for the three, good. Sayer for three, he has 18. And he's single-handedly keeping Castlewood in this game. 37-20, 37-32 the score. Gate City with the lead. Derek Smith has it. Smith launches a three, shot short. Rebound Carter. Carter gets it over to Sayer. Sayer to Talford. Talford guarded by E-step. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Sayer. Sayer back to Talford. Talford drives left of the lane, stops, shoots off the side of the backboard. Bateman comes out there with it for Gate City. Bateman circles back out front, gets it to McMurray. Jesse with it, now left corner E-step. Back to McMurray. Now down low, Will Humphreys.
Yes, they get it to Humphreys, and Will scores with the layup. 39-32.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't get it out. 7-point lead, and here's the ball tipped out of bounds by E-step. Luke Humphreys, Drew Scott in. Bateman and E-step check out. Castlewood will have Meade to inbounds. Gets it into Jonathan Sager. Sager drives down. He's cut off. Gets it to Meade. Meade back to Sayer. Sayer's fouled by Scott on the block. That's Drew's third. Team's second here in the second half. Gate City continues to lead by 7.
Hubbard in for Scott. Will with only one foul.
Jonathan Sayer to throw it in. Gets it into Carter. Carter to Justice Talford. Talford drives. Might have walked. Shoots. No good. Rebound. Who has it? Smith for the Blue Devils.
His fourth.
Smith gets it over to McMurray. McMurray with it in front court. Get it to Smith. Now to Hubbard. Luke Humphreys with it. Out on top, McMurray. He'll launch the three. Shot. No good. Rebound Smith. Smith puts the ball on the floor. Gets it back to Hubbard. Gate City will reset. Hubbard gets it down low to McMurray. His shot blocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Gate City. 1:10 to go third quarter. Gate City leading 39-32. We'll have Derek Smith left of his own bucket to throw it in. Hubbard get it back in the corner to Smith. Smith to McMurray. He'll launch a three. Shot good.
Cannot leave him that open.
McMurray with 15. The Blue Devils their biggest lead. It's 10. Here's the ball. Thought it had to be foul. Will Hubbard didn't hear the whistle. I didn't. Hubbard picks up his second. Team's third. He step in for Smith for Gate City. Meade gets it into Sayer. Now, Will Humphreys will play Sayer. We need to find somebody who can slow him down. If we do, they'll have trouble scoring. Sayer picks up his dribble, gets it over to Carter. Carter to Talford. Talford runs it down out the midcourt line. He's guarded there by Luke Humphreys. To Sayer. Clock runs, 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Gate City with a 10-point lead. Castlewood with the ball. Here's Carter. Carter, he'll drive down. His shot up from in front, no good. Rebound put back is good by Carter. As the Blue Devils didn't box out. So Gate City will have it with 15 seconds to go, third quarter. They'll hold it for the final shot. Gate City leads by 8 over Castlewood, 10 seconds. Here's McMurray. McMurray has it off the screen by Hubbard. McMurray, he gets it to Hubbard. He'll launch a three. Shot Hubbard, no good. As the third quarter comes to an end. It's Gate City 42, Castlewood 34. Fourth quarter underway. Gate City holds an 8-point lead. And the basketball, Bateman for the Blue Devils has it right side, now right corner with it, Luke Humphreys. Luke out on top, McMurray. McMurray gets it over here left side to Bateman. Bateman out on top, McMurray. He'll launch a three, head of the key, shot good. Jesse McMurray was his 6th 3-point field goal of the night. Makes it 45-34. Devils lead by 11. That's their biggest lead. Here's the ball stolen away from Justice by Hubbard. Hubbard will drive all the way down. His shot up, blocked away by Justice. Bateman's putback, though, is good. And Castlewood coach needs a timeout. He's out on the floor signaling. The referee doesn't see it. And finally, one of the officials see it. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Gate City leads by 13.
We're 7:14 to play. Game 1 of the Reach and D tournament here at Castlewood High School. Winner plays Council Thursday night at 7 here.
And the winner of that game then advances to the championship game, and more importantly, the next week's state quarterfinal game. So
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Who knows? Castlewood has it. Talford. Talford with it across the timeline. Guarded by E-step. Talford to the foul line. Gets it down low. Shot up off the glass. Good by Drew Carter. Carter with his 7th point. Makes it 47-36. Humphreys has it. Gets it left side. Bateman. Down low E-step. Ball tipped away from E-step, but it goes off a mark out of bounds. Turnover to Castlewood.
11 turnover for Gate City.
Carter gets it into Sayer. Sayer spins into the front court.
Drug his pivot foot.
Well, just a little. Here's Talford. Talford drives. He throws up a jumper off balance. Good. Brandon Talford with his 8th point. And it makes it 47-38 now. Gate City with a 9-point lead, and it was 13. The Blue Devils with it have Bateman. Here's McMurray. Long three shot short. Rebound Bateman gets it down low. Hubbard. His shot up. Good. Good feed from Bateman to Hubbard. The Blue Devils lead 49-38. Here's Justice. Long pass in front court to Meade. Meade drives in the lane. Shot up. Good. Jonathan Meade with his first two, and it's 49-40. Castlewood won't go away. Hubbard for Gate City has it. Right of the lane. Back to McMurray. McMurray puts it on the floor. Can't shoot. Has it stripped. Thrown away by Sayer. Sayer with it. Races down the court. His layup is no good. McMurray with a rebound for the Blue Devils. Now we run the other way. Gate City with the numbers. 3-on-2. Get it over here to Luke Humphreys. His shot up. Missed everything. Sayer catches off the other side. And gets it in front court to Talford. Talford drives in, shot up, no good. Foul call, Mark E-step. Foul on E-step will be his 2nd. The Blue Devils lead 49-40 over Castlewood with 5:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. Castlewood will have Brandon Talford shooting 2. Talford, left-handed shooter. Free throw up. And no good.
We have Smith and Will Humphreys checking in for Hubbard and Estep for Gate City.
Drew Scott also in.
Join Bateman and McMurray.
So Talford set for his second free throw. It's on the way and good. Makes it 49-41. Gate City with the lead in the basketball. 5:20 to go. McMurray gets it to Smith, over to Bateman. Now back to Smith. Between the rings, this is Scott. Scott has it. Circles left side with it. Out between the rings now, Bateman. McMurray, right side, Smith. Get it back to Bateman. Tips it over to Smith. Smith gets it back to McMurray. Now to Scott. Scott over here to Smith. Now back to Scott. Now to Bateman. Bateman out between the rings. Gets it right side. McMurray down low. Will Humphrey. Shot blocked away by Justice. Coming out of there with it. Castlewood has it with Talford. Talford, he'll launch a long three. Shot good and he's fouled. Talford hits the three and Logan Bateman fouls him. It's Logan's third, and Talford will have a chance to complete the 4-point play, and I've seen more of that this year than I can ever remember seeing. Just not a good foul there. Coach Vermillion wants a timeout. Gate City leads 49-44, 4:37 to go. .437 to go. Gate City leads 49-44. Brandon Talford set to shoot the free throw. Free throw by Talford is good. So Talford hits the 4-point play, gets Castlewood back within 4. 4.5 to go. Humphreys gets it to Hubbard for Gate City. Right side, Scott. Scott back to Humphreys, now to McMurray. Back to Luke Humphreys. Luke with it, gets it back to McMurray. Now swinging around left side, Scott. Scott, Hubbard at the foul line. Over to Luke Humphreys. Court pass to Scott, down low to Humphreys. Shot up, no good. Rebound Justice for Castlewood. Justice gets it over to Talford. Talford with it, right side. Now out front, Sayre launches a three. Shot, good. Jonathan Sayre with 3, and Castlewood within 1. Here's Scott for Gate City. Gets it down low to Humphreys. Tipped out of bounds by Justice. 49-48 to score. Gate City leads. 3:49 to go. Scott gets it into McMurray. Shot McMurray, no good. Rebound fought for. Justice comes out of there with it for Castlewood. They can take the lead. Talford has it. Talford gets it over to Sayre. Open for the 3. Shot, no good. Rebound Luke Humphreys. You better not leave him that wide open. McMurray has it for Gate City. Gets it over here to Scott. Cross court pass, Luke Humphreys. Luke with it. Now out front, McMurray. Left side, Scott. 3:17 to go. Gate City leads by 1. Luke Humphreys with it. Right side. Now right corner, Scott. Scott drives in the lane. Back to Luke Humphreys. Luke over to Will. Back to Luke Humphreys. Luke shot up off the glass. Good. Luke Humphreys gives Gate City a 3-point lead. We're inside 3 minutes to go. Sayre with it for Castlewood. Gets it over here right side. That's Talford. Talford drives in the lane. His shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound Carter. Carter's put back up. It is good. Nope. Carter with his 9th point. It's 51-50 Gate City. 2.5 to go. Scott for the Blue Devils. Gets it to Humphreys, now to McMurray. Right side, Scott with it. Drew Scott has it out front, gets it over to McMurray. Back to Scott. Scott drives down, crossover dribble, gets it back to Humphreys. Humphreys outside the arc to Scott between the rings. Scott hands it back to McMurray, now back to Humphreys. Cross-court pass, it comes to Scott along the baseline. Here's Will Humphreys. Will shot up, no good, but he's fouled. Foul will be on Drew Justice, his 4th, team 2nd here in the second half. And the Blue Devils will have Will Humphreys shooting 2.
With a 1-point lead with 1:58 to play.
Humphreys free throw up and good.
E-step in for Luke Humphreys.
So Will set for his 2nd. It's on the way and short. Rebound Talford for Castlewood. So Gate City leads by 2. Castlewood has it, 1:50 to go. Salyer with it, drives right of the lane, kicks it over here to Talford. Talford launches, 17-footer, good. We're tied. Talford with the bucket, 1:38 to go, tied at 52. Hubbard has it for Gate City, puts it on the floor, drives in the lane, has it tipped away, saved back in, thrown away by Castlewood. Salyer has it. Salyer with it, across the timeline. Gate City with only 5 team fouls. Salyer has it, gets it over here to Talford. Talford guarded by E-step. Gets it over to Salyer. Salyer drives into the lane, and he throws it away. Probably should have took the shot. Luke Humphreys into the lineup for Gate City, replacing Mark E-step, and Coach Vermillion wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 1:08 to go in regulation. We're tied at 52.
1:08 to play.
Gate City has the basketball. It's Hubbard, McMurray, Will and Luke Humphreys, and Drew Scott on the floor for Gate City. McMurray gets it over to Scott. Now back to McMurray to Luke Humphreys. Now Luke with it to Scott. Back to Luke. Back to Scott. Scott with it to Luke. They're just standing out front. Get it over to Hubbard. Hubbard has it. Back to Drew Scott. Now back to Hubbard. Out near the midcourt line they stand. Clock runs, 35 seconds to go. Hubbard gets it back to Scott. Scott drives down and circles back out with it. Gets it over to McMurray, 25 seconds. McMurray hands it to Hubbard in the center circle. Back to Scott. Scott with it. Gets it to McMurray, 15 seconds. Tied at 52. Gate City will take the final shot. Could be overtime, could be anything. We'll see. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Here comes McMurray. Gate City's not going to get a shot off. McMurray for 3. They will. They win! Gate City wins on Jesse McMurray's 3-point field goal from the head of the key. And the final score, Gate City, well, they posted as a 2. Is that right? It's either a 2 or a 3. We'll check and see. But Gate City wins nonetheless. We'll be back to wrap it up after these messages.
Well, I wish I had a little ice water in my veins like Jesse McMurray must.
Well, I tell you, when I looked up at the clock and they was running inside 3 seconds, I didn't think we had a chance of getting a decent shot. But Jesse took one quick step forward and launched it dead on head of the key and nothing but the bottom of the net. And I don't know, we have to watch it on film. It looked to me like the Castlewood defender kind of took a little half step back, and I thought, that was all the room Jesse needed to put it in the bottom of the bucket. But big-time players make big-time plays. And
that's big time.
Yeah, Jesse stepped up and, give Coach some credit over there. He decided, we're going to run this thing down here. And, if we miss, we'll go to overtime. And if not, well, we'll go to the house with a win. And that's how it worked out here tonight. Let's take a look at the final scoring. First for Castlewood, they had Jonathan Mead with 1 field goal for 2 points. Drew Carter, 3 field goals, 1 3. He had 9. Drew Justice, 2 field goals, 1 of 2 from the line for 5. Brandon Talford had 5 field goals, 1 3. He was 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Talford with 15, 8 of those in the fourth quarter. For Castlewood, Jonathan Sayer had 3 2s, 3 3s. He was 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Jonathan Sayer for Castlewood with 21. For Gate City, Will Hubbard, 2 field goals, 4 points. Logan 7. Derek Smith, a 2-point field goal. Josh Kilgore, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Will Humphreys had 4 field goals, 7 of 10 from the line. 15 points tonight for Will Humphreys. And the leading scorer tonight for the Blue Devils is Jesse McMurray. Jesse had 7 field goals. They were all threes. So he ends up with 21 points. None bigger than that last one that seals, or actually doesn't seal the win. It wins the game for the Blue Devils. Castlewood outscored Gate City 11-8 in the first quarter. The Blue Devils, the second quarter, Gate City 21-11 over Castlewood. Third quarter, Gate City 13, Castlewood 12. The fourth quarter, Castlewood had outscored Gate City 18-10 to tie the game at 52. But Jesse McMurray, as the buzzer sounds, hits a 3-point head of the key field goal to give Gate City the 55-52 victory.
Rebounds for Gate City, 21. Leading rebounder in the game, Will Hubbard with 6. Also 5 for Derek Smith rebounding. Rebounds for Castlewood, 15. Carter had 5 and Justice had 5. Turnovers, 11 for Castlewood, had 14 for Gate City.
Yeah, the Blue Devils, I say the Blue Devils, they were both Blue Devils. Give Castlewood credit. They come out here and scrap and fought, and very easily could have won the football game.
No, I don't think so.
The basketball game certainly, but Gate City found a way to win, and that's what good teams do that. Maybe when they don't play at their best, and Gate City was a little short-handed tonight, but overcome that, and Council awaits. Council, the Black Diamond District champion. Looking over Council's rosters, they have a lot of sophomores, but a lot of talented sophomores. The 3 leading scorers are sophomores. So, along with the 6'7" post player James Knuckles. So, there'll be a challenge for the Blue Devils, no question about that. And Gate City will probably have to play a little better than they played tonight. But again, give Castlewood some credit. That's why it's a tournament. That's why it's tournament time.
You're right. And, of course, Nate Clark back in the lineup Thursday after having to sit out this contest. So Gate City wins here at Castlewood High School tonight, 55-52 to advance to Thursday night's play. We'll be here for that. For Mark Peters, this is Mike Long. Good night from Castlewood.
Boys and girls basketball on GCTV is brought to you by Darty Brothers Chevrolet, Delegate Terry Kilgore, Fairway Ford Volkswagen, Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson Street Formals, Law Office of Jeff Hamilton, Mark's Hardware, Scott County Long Distance, State Line Graphics, and Weber City Drug Center. For Mike Long, Chris Starnes, and Mark Peters, so long from Castlewood.